Thank you very much. I believe that, if you follow what we got up from the last panel, you agree with me that no matter, the situation has been in Nigeria, investment in fossil fuel has slowed down. As you and I know, in the last 12 years, there was no investment in the oil and gas sector. Not because of transition alone, but because even the environment wasn't actually, very conducive for investors to come in. So when this government came, we tried to rejig, our fiscal, policy regime to be globally competitive. When this government came, you recall that we also have, a stable regulatory framework. Following the PIA, there's now stability of legal framework. But ultimately, the world, some part of the world, the global north sees this issue of global energy transition in a different way from the way it was seen in the Paris Agreement. You recall, when the OPEC Secretary General was saying that the Paris Agreement had to do with, reducing emissions, not abandoning any form of energy source. But it has been mistaken to be, something else. You recall that sometime last year, some members of the US Congress even wrote to the International Energy Agency saying that you abandon your core mandate of energy security, energy availability, energy affordability, and then energy, accessibility, a trilemma of affordability, availability and accessibility to, the issue of energy transition. What we are doing now is to, get our investment climate, globally competitive, so that in the midst of all this development, if people are investing in other climes in fossil fuel, they should also come to Nigeria to invest. Nobody should have any reason not to come to Nigeria to come and invest. You will agree with me that in the last panel, part of what we saw was that investment in fossil fuel is taking place in other continents, but it's very slow in Africa. Because those in the global north have decided to pressure Africa to abandon oil and gas investment, abandon fossil fuel for renewables. They're asking us to buy renewable energy from them. Where are we going to get the money to buy renewable energy from them? And our contention has been that, look, we have substantial investment in oil and gas, allow us to raise the funding that is needed, to be able to expand our investment, raise the money to finance our energy mix. The point I'm making here is that we have done what government ordinarily should do. Basically, get the best regulatory environment, get the best fiscal environment, and then, create a platform for investors to come and invest and then make huge returns, on investment. I think that this government has done well. That is why you have seen production increasing. When they came, we were doing 1 million barrels. Today we are doing 1.8. There's tremendous improvement. You can also hear today that investments have started coming in. The Bomba not $5 billion investment is coming. More investments are in the pipeline. So investments are coming. But what is important is that we have to take our own destiny in our own hands. It is not true that any country that is contributing, significantly to global emissions is slowing down. Between USA and China, I'm told they contribute about 55%. But as of today, nobody is talking about reducing emissions. Even the factories where they manufacture electric cars, they're using either coal or fossil fuel. So there's no deliberate, effort by those who are contributing 97% of emissions in the world to reduce emissions, which is the fulcrum of the Paris Agreement. So to conclude, I'm saying that Nigeria is doing what is expected of the responsible government to do. Get the best fiscal environment, get the best investments in the environment for investors to come in. And I think that has started, crystallizing in the announcement of the Bunga not to the $5 billion investment, and more investment will come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.